28 people were stranded in a ship in the Antarctic Ocean, but their ship was stuck in the middle of millions of tons of ice. They had been standing at the same place for 7 months. One night, they heard a loud noise from under the ship, and the ship tilted to one side. It seemed as if someone was trying to push the ship from below. What happened after that was beyond their imagination. The Antarctic Ocean is a place where waves rise as high as buildings, winds blow at 100 kilometers per hour, and the water is so cold that it can freeze human blood. Traveling in this ocean is like embracing death itself. Even if one survives the cold and the waves, massive icebergs have the power to crush ships easily. But over 111 years ago, when technology was not advanced and ships were far weaker, a group of 28 men found themselves trapped in this unforgiving ocean. They spent not just weeks or months, but a shocking 2 years under the open sky, surrounded by nothing but snow, storms, and starvation, with no way to call for help. This tale has been called the greatest survival story of all time. Its hero was Sir Ernest Shackleton, an explorer determined to test the endurance of the human body, which is why he named his ship Endurance. Shackleton was no stranger to danger. In 1901, he joined an expedition to Antarctica but turned back 750 kilometers away. In 1907, he tried again, this time getting only 150 kilometers from his goal. In 1914, his ambition grew bolder, not just to reach Antarctica but to cross the entire continent on foot, something no one had ever done. This mission was called the Imperial Trans-Antarctic Expedition. Recruiting men for such a dangerous mission was a challenge. Shackleton placed an ad in the Times newspaper, "Men wanted for hazardous journey." It promised little pay, bitter cold, months of darkness, constant danger, and no guarantee of return. Only those unafraid of death would answer, and soon he assembled a crew of 27 men. The expedition was delayed by World War I, but the British government allowed Shackleton to proceed. He needed a powerful ship built for extreme conditions. Fortunately, a specially designed Arctic vessel was available, made of thick oak and reinforced to withstand crushing ice. Shackleton bought it, naming it Endurance. On August 8, 1914, Endurance set sail from England. After months of preparation, they entered the Weddell Sea, accompanied by 50 sled dogs to pull supplies. But disaster struck on January 18, 1915, when Endurance became trapped in thick ice just 130 kilometers from their destination. They tried for weeks to break free, but the ship remained locked. Shackleton decided to wait for the ice to shift naturally. The crew adjusted to life aboard the trapped ship, turning it into a winter station. They followed routines, played soccer, cut each other's hair, and cared for the dogs, hoping the ice would eventually release them. But nature had other plans. By April, the ice pressure increased, crushing the ship's frame. In July, loud cracking noises shook the vessel as it tilted sharply. Its rudder broke, and they realized their lifeline was dying. By October, water began flooding the ship. Shackleton gave the heartbreaking order to abandon Endurance. They salvaged supplies, lifeboats, and whatever they could carry, camping on the ice as they watched their beloved ship sink. With no hope of rescue, Shackleton aimed for Paulet Island, which had supplies, but reaching it by lifeboat was impossible. Instead, they drifted on floating ice sheets, hoping the currents would carry them closer. For months, they battled starvation, storms, and frostbite, surviving by hunting penguins and seals. By February 1916, they had been stranded for over a year. Supplies dwindled, forcing them to kill their dogs. They drifted toward Elephant Island, a barren wasteland, but at least it was solid ground. After 16 months, they finally stepped on land. Yet they couldn't survive long there. Shackleton decided to attempt the impossible, sail 1,300 kilometers to South Georgia Island, where help awaited. With 5 men, he set off in a tiny lifeboat on April 24, 1916, braving monstrous waves, freezing temperatures, and relentless storms, navigating only by stars and the sun. After 16 brutal days, they reached South Georgia, but on the wrong side, separated from the whaling station by towering mountains. Shackleton and 2 men climbed for 36 hours straight, finally staggering into the station, unrecognizable and half dead. After resting for 3 days, Shackleton returned with rescuers to save his men. He made multiple failed attempts due to ice and storms, but finally, on August 30, 1916, Shackleton reached Elephant Island. To his astonishment, all 22 men he'd left behind were alive. Shackleton had left England on August 8, 1914. After 2 years and 22 days, he brought every man home safely. Though he never achieved his original goal of crossing Antarctica, his leadership and courage made his story legendary. In 2022, more than a century later, Endurance was discovered 3,000 meters below the icy waters of the Antarctic Ocean, perfectly preserved, its name still visible on the stern. Friends, I hope that you got a lot of information from this video. To watch more such interesting videos, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also, click on the bell icon, which is present next to the subscription button, so that you can get the notification of all the new videos of this channel. Like and share the video. Take good care of yourself. Goodbye.